we came up with hot ones first.
Every single day. In fact, I think we should just rip off every YouTube series going.
I'd be down for that completely. Which we want to rip off first?
What's popular? PewDiePie, people like him. We should just get PewDiePie in.
Should we get PewDiePie in?
Yeah. Give him a ring. You got Felix's number?
I'll give Felix a call. The cat or not? News! Future plans for a top NXT star have been reportedly revealed. We're going to let you know when you can expect to see Brock Lesnar next. And we'll tell you why the War Raiders were renamed the Viking Experience. We'll get to that in a bit. So one of the stars of Survivor Series weekend was Shayna Baszler, an amazing performance in the War Games match, main eventing Survivor Series, and there's big things to come, isn't there, Adam Duty?
That's right, courtesy of the Wrestling Observer. The original plan was for her to be on the main roster by 2020. That may even be pushed forward. I know we're in the very, very late stages of 2019, but it could happen sooner rather than later. Based on much of the build and the match and the post-match, obviously where Becky Lynch attacked her in a great babyface show. I'm not sure what that
Gotta get that heat back. Gotta get that heat back.
It looks like she's being groomed for Becky Lynch, and various other news websites as well reporting that we may see her even before Christmas, even before TLC.
As part of the other roster.
Yes.
I nearly said said called up. Hell, it's a lateral move.
Called down. It's called down. NXT are the top brand now. We know this, Thomas.
Your development company is the #1 brand. Let's not forget. What a weird time to be alive. I'm down with this, and what's great is now with somebody who watches NXT every week, as I am one to do, now that Rhea Ripley has very much come into her own on NXT, I think if Shayna Baszler, because I don't think you could have done this a while back, have Shayna Baszler move to Raw or to SmackDown. I think when the time comes for Shayna Baszler to move, you'll drop the belt to Rhea Ripley, and then the women's division in NXT will be in amazingly safe hands. Rhea Ripley is over like Rover in Full Sail and everywhere else.
Couldn't agree more. There's no one that's popped up that has been as deserving as Rhea Ripley is right now.
And so it really feels like overnight, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
Amazing.
100%. And like the problem is I guess they're going to have to do that on a weekly NXT show, and then Shayna's not going to get a big takeover farewell, perhaps.
Maybe.
Which does seem like a shame, because Shayna's done so much for NXT. She's been a great dominant champion. But if they want her up before TLC, I don't know. Maybe she'll pop up with the belt. Maybe she'll pop up with the NXT. But I
kind of feel like that. Yeah, I kind of feel like that she needs to sort of not really do a farewell Full Sail thing, like facey farewell. She needs to like lose at a takeover, and then like the next night turn up on Raw.
You know what?
Attack Becky Lynch. That's how we go.
2 weeks ago, I would have said Shayna shouldn't drop the belt. She should be one of the few that go to the main roster and then relinquish the belt on NXT. But Rhea Ripley is just so good. She can fill that Shayna-based hole. I'm worried about Shayna on the main roster. Like, it's really reassuring to read all the reports that Vince McMahon is super into her, and obviously is because she just won at Survivor Series, beating like 2 of their top female stars. But I just hope he doesn't get bored of her, essentially. It's always a concern, because he's been reported to have been hot on various people all the time, and then it's just like, no, one little thing.
He just gets bored. Sam said it in the news the other day. It's a bit like a kid with a big box of toys. She's just bored now. I do not want him to say bored now to Shayna Baszler, because I think genuinely Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler could have... Now, Survivor Series match, I don't think got out of third gear. I think that was the issue with that one. I genuinely think one-on-one, Baszler and Becky Lynch could really do some revolutionary things.
I agree. And it's really welcome, especially with like... We've seen Becky and Charlotte so many times. We've just seen the 4 horsewomen, the main 4 horsewomen, the wrestling 4 horsewomen, do it all before. So now's the time to introduce someone new. There's no one better than Shayna.
The idea of somebody coming in who isn't just going to go, this, that, and the other. Hey, I'm this, I'm that. Somebody's going to go, actually, no, I'm going to come and kick your head off. I'm going to rip clumps of your hair out, and I'm going to choke you into oblivion. Like that idea of like a real threat to Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler is what I really see.
Then Charlotte beats her at Mania. I've got it all figured out. You've done it. You're welcome, Vince.
We were doing so well. When will I see you again?
Kermit for you there. Very nice.
Hi, everybody.
There's so many songs about
Lesnar. Brock Lesnar has been absent since Survivor Series, which has been a whole week.
Brock Lesnar absent?
I know, right?
Who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it? Next time we're going to see Brock Lesnar, we think has been revealed by Big Dave in the Wrestling Observer.
That's right. His current status is he's on hiatus. We can expect to see him around beginning to mid-January as he builds his next feud going into the Rumble. Who do you want that to be against?
Jeez, I mean, It's really sad because I'm sat here thinking, I can't think of many people really who are in a position on that roster. Like, I certainly don't want to see Rollins in that position.
Even heel Rollins. I mean, it's heel versus heel, but it's a bit different. I agree, by the way. I don't want to see it. Yeah,
Owens?
I'm with you. Yeah, I think Owens is I think that's the best shout. I think it's the best shout, but Owens isn't winning that, is he?
No, I don't know how an Owens-Lesnar match would go.
So the question I'm really posing is, who's big enough to face Brock Lesnar that you don't mind losing to Brock Lesnar? Because that's inevitable, isn't it?
That's what it's going to be, isn't it?
That might happen at Mania, maybe, if he doesn't want to stick around. Who knows?
We're going to keep that belt nice and fresh for Dominic Mysterio! I think in terms of position, there's Owens. I mean,
AJ? I loved his match with AJ before. I know we've seen it, but it was a hell of a match.
AJ's now no longer the US champion, so there's potential. I mean, some people have said that like AJ would be a good choice to win the Royal Rumble this year.
Nice.
Since he's never won the whole thing.
And then get AJ Brock at Mania?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it before, but that doesn't mean it shouldn't be done.
But it's a shame that there's so many feuds where you think we could do that, and our instant reaction is, yeah, you know, in the same way they say, you know, you say to your partner, where do you want to eat tonight? You throw a couple of places out there and she goes, yeah. Like, you want like an absolute, yes, that is exactly what we want to happen right now. But there's nobody I can, like, and I'm sure in the comments now you're listing a billion different people.
I can think of people on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Kofi get another shot, for example.
I'd like to see Kofi remember that he was a WWE champion.
I think Kofi remembers. It's just the commentary team. For some reason, it slips their mind.
Well, the New Day's had a great year. What's Kofi been doing? Well, the New Day's had a great year. Can we just talk about what Kofi did? He was in the New Day and they've had a great year. Oh, dear. I can't think of anybody. It's really bad. Like, there's loads of people on the roster, but I can't think of anybody that I would want to feed to the Lesnar machine. I can think of
NXT call-ups as well. It's just Raw is lacking at the moment, isn't it? It really, really is. Drew. There's somebody who can. I've done it. You can delete your comment now.
Yeah. Put Drew McIntyre.
It's true because even in defeat, he could still look really good.
Actually, Drew McIntyre.
And he deserves the main event push. It's Drew. We figured it out.
Drew.
Next story.
It's Drew. Dabba-dee, dabba-die. Look in my eyes. What kind of number did Backstage do this week?
You're getting lazy here, aren't you? What is that? I liked it.
I get a lot of heat for using that line far too often.
That's gotta be Punk! So...
I use that like twice, and everyone's going, you say it too often.
Bollocks, did you use it like twice?
Twice sometimes.
Talking out your arse.
Twice a
so
week,
Backstage numbers are in. There has been a 33% drop. It's down a third from last week's 180,000 viewer number to 121,000, according to Showbuzz Daily. I mean, that's a big drop, but keep in mind that, like, obviously Punk wasn't on the show this week. Triple H was, which means Triple H isn't a draw. Get rid of him.
I can't believe a live VT from Paul Levesque didn't set the world on fire the way that Punk did.
But it was Punk's debut as well. I think the interesting number will be when Punk finally does come back to the show.
It'll be a couple of weeks, I reckon.
They're not teasing it yet. No. I think they'll be teasing it a week or so in advance.
They did specify that Punk won't be there all the time, which is brilliant, because that is how you keep him fresh, by not having him on every single week and getting tired and jaded and annoyed.
And he's got loads of other stuff to do. He's got his little doodles, his stupid little comic books.
His stupid little comic books.
Graphic novels, you losers.
I like it when a niche slags off a niche. I quite enjoy watching Backstage at the moment. It gets a lot of grief, but it's just a bit. If your tongue is firmly planted in your cheek, you can quite enjoy Backstage.
Yeah, the numerous segments I think would be great. And Paige bothers me on it still, even past the Punk thing. I don't want to just sit here and slag off Paige. Why am I doing that? But I think she's the weak link at the moment.
Really?
Yeah,
are you just not buying into?
It bothers me. I don't know why.
I'd have thought you two would both be like kindred spirits, what with her opinions on Seth Rollins. I thought you'd basically be star-crossed lovers finding each other.
Call me.
Look in my eyes. What do you see?
It's off.
Injury update for EC3.
It worked for that one. Well done. There you go. We got an injury update on EC3, as you say. He is out of action with a concussion, which was suffered all the way back at the end of September. He last wrestled on Main Event, I can't believe I'm saying this, in a losing effort when he teamed with Eric Young, and he was beaten by the Lucha House Party.
Your former TNA heavyweight champion of the world, right there. There's two former TNA heavyweight champions losing to the Lucha House Party. Like the Lucha House Party, but that's...
Why?
Yeah, they're fine.
They are fine. That's exactly what they are. They're fine.
They have merch. Fine. They have merch that looks like the In Your House logo.
Yeah, they do. They got Master Shill at the house shows. So when he comes back, You probably won't even know about it because they won't use him. He's probably good to go now. But thanks for the update.
He's even got a concussion. He just said once he had a bit of a headache.
Oh, take a few months off, buddy.
No, she need a paracetamol. No, mate, go home. Chill out at home for a bit. It's a shame because he's really good.
He is he's not
really
the strongest
good.
in-ring wrestler, but his character more than makes up for it. It's very, very frustrating. You can imagine when he was he did all the stuff in Impact. He went away and he proved himself after the Derek Bateman stuff. He's over there and he's done amazing things, top heel on the brand, and he gets the WWE offer and he must be thinking, yes, this is it. They've taken note of my great work. I'm going to come in and I'm going to be mid-card and then maybe top guy in the video.
War. Not my words, the words of multiple Geordies shouting "Hour." And the words of the War Raiders fans when they come to the ring to do their big old thing. And Eric and Ivar, were on After the Bell with Corey Graves.
That is correct. They've been talking about the Viking Experience, that short-lived name.
Short-lived Disney theme park attraction.
I love that he couldn't let it go and he named the finisher Viking Experience before we get to that point. I think that's the funniest, most Vince they've ever heard. Yeah, they said that they approached Vince after that name change and said that they didn't like it. They were pleading their case. They're saying, yeah, as you say, it sounds like a Disney ride. They started shooting off other options and the last name that we gave him was the Viking Raiders. It makes sense. Warm as shit. But you see what they did there? Yeah, give him a little. And then they said he paused. He's like, all right, well, we're going to introduce you as the Viking Experience. And then if we're not feeling that going forward, already admitting defeat, essentially, we can change it to something else. And then he thought about, how much he likes the show Vikings. He loves the show Vikings and he loves Vikings. So he was desperate to keep Vikings in the name.
Can we please get Vince McMahon to watch Emmerdale?
The Emmerdale Raiders! The Emmerdale Experience!
War! The funniest part about this, and this was another bit from the After the Bell podcast, was they found out about the name change when they were just by the ringside area before the show started.
No!
And their Titantron flashed up, and it said Viking Experience as their music played, and they went up to Triple H and said, is that something to do with us, or is that a rib? And Triple H apparently just shook his head and went, go talk to Vince.
Oh, no.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. You can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/Cultaholic. Lastly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.